Hey guys, it's Alicia. Today I have another WW or Weight Watcher recipe for you, and that is for one skillet cheeseburger pasta. Now, this is another very kid-friendly recipe. My kids love it. My husband and I love it. It's just a really good one, and it's actually pretty easy too. And I love one skillet recipes because that just means less dishes. So I'm gonna jump in here and show you what you're gonna need to make this. First off, you're gonna need a pound of a lean ground turkey. You could use a lean ground beef if you want, but I tend to go for the turkey myself. Next, you're gonna need 8 ounces of whole wheat pasta. You can use any type you want. I've got this penne on hand, so this is what I'm using. You could use macaroni, rigatoni, anything that you want pasta-wise you can use, but I do use the wheat. I think it's very, very slightly lower in points, and I don't know if it makes a difference to use the wheat, but wheat pasta is what I typically always use anyway. Next, you're gonna need some veggies of your choice. I'm gonna use a medium red onion that I've chopped up, and also a red bell pepper that I've chopped up. I like to try to put as many veggies in the things that I make as possible because, as I always say, it bulks up the portion size and you just get more for your points. So you could use other veggies in this, like zucchini, mushrooms, whatever you want, whatever you have on hand that you want to put in this. That's what I've got, so that is what I'm using. And then here I've got a couple teaspoons roughly of minced garlic. This is 1.5 cups of a low-fat cheese. This one specifically is 40% fat-free. It's a Mexican cheese blend. And then here I've got a can of diced tomatoes. That's 14.5 ounces. Here I've got 3 cups of chicken broth. I kind of just make my own with the bouillon cubes. So that's what that is. And then back here I've got some mustard, some ketchup, a little Worcestershire, I can't say this word. A little bit of this stuff. I kill this word every time I say it. I need my friend Jay that lives in the UK to tell me how to say this because I just slaughter it every time. But anyway, you're gonna need a little bit of this and some pepper and then salt if you choose. We try to kind of use as little salt as possible because we're always watching our sodium. So I'm not gonna use any salt in this. And I also think there's probably enough salt in that chicken broth. So, but if you want to use salt, you can use that too. So this is all you're going to need to make this. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I've got my skillet and I've got that heating up on medium-high heat. I sprayed it with a little bit of olive oil just so that my ground turkey doesn't stick in there. And then I'm going to take my ground turkey, I'm going to add that to the skillet. I'm also going to add my red onion and red bell pepper and a little bit of ground black pepper. And again, if you want to use salt, you can, but I don't really think that it needs it. So now I'm going to just get this cooking until this turkey is done and these red peppers and onions are nice and soft. This turkey is pretty much cooked and so are the red pepper and red onion. And so now I'm gonna add in my garlic and I'm gonna just let this cook in here for about a minute or so. And now that that garlic has cooked for a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my tomatoes. And my mustard. And I'm just putting about 2 tablespoons of mustard and also ketchup in this. And you can kind of adjust that to your own personal taste, but that's how much I'm putting in there. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of this. And I'm gonna just stir this together. And it already smells so, so good. It definitely smells like a hamburger. All right, now I'm gonna add in my chicken broth. And my pasta. Give that a good stir. And now I'm gonna just let this come to a simmer, and I'm gonna let it just continue to simmer for about 10-15 minutes, or until that pasta has absorbed most of that moisture, or the chicken broth, and it becomes soft. So I will be back at that point. All right, this has been simmering, and I've been stirring it, I should say too, while it's simmering. It's been simmering about 18 minutes, so it was a little longer than I estimated. But now it is ready for the cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my cheese and just dump this in here and just stir that in there real well. I'm also gonna turn off the heat at this point. All right, I've got that all nice and mixed up, and it is ready to eat. And here is a serving of that. This makes 6 servings, roughly about a cup a serving. And I went ahead and just topped mine with a little green onions, but you don't have to do that if you don't want. This is 7 points on the green plan. I will have to figure the points for the blue and purple. I think it might be a little bit lower on those because it does have the whole wheat pasta in it. And while the whole wheat pasta doesn't affect the points too much on the green plan, I think it does make a bigger difference on the blue and purple. So I will have all the colors, points on the screen and down below once I get them figured out. But 7 points on the green plan, which I think is pretty good. This stuff is so yummy. It's definitely kid friendly, which I tend to try to make most things that I cook, stuff that my kids will eat too. And this is definitely one of them. Very, very good stuff. I hope you guys try it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.